Ooh, let me see. Making sure it's bright enough in here because I want everyone to see. Is it bright enough in here? Is it bright? Okay. Can you see me? Ooh, French Montana nigga. We got a lot to talk about today because Mr. French Montana done exposed himself. All because a girl gonna come for him. And instead of just ignoring it, he gonna expose how anti-black he is. And anti-black as North African, Moroccan, East African, Somali. And I was defending your ass too. I was the main one saying that nigga's black because look at the kinks in his head. But here you are sitting up here calling someone nappy-headed poetic justice braids. And now you want to sit here and make excuses. And instead of just saying that you sorry, you want to sit here like you don't even see what's wrong. And that's the scary part about this. French Montana don't even see what he did wrong because it's so normalized. You can tell that it's something that he grew up believing. He don't care about the black woman except the black woman that he had a child with. And he gonna sit there and say, my African beautiful mama, bitch. And you call her African, not black. Now I'm confused. And then everyone want to sit up here and say, well, there are non-black Africans. Well, first of all, baby, if they ain't claiming the diaspora, if they ain't a part of the diaspora, then baby, they ain't us. Okay. They ain't no African diaspora people. Okay. I don't claim anyone that is non-black, a settler, a colonizer, someone that is a colonizer baby as African. Okay. So the non-black Arabs you sitting up here trying to say are African, you need to understand, baby, if there are light-skinned North Africans that are saying they ain't black, you best believe it because, baby, these ain't black people. These ain't indigenous people. And if they are, then there are some people who are just anti-black and have internalized anti-blackness. And I understand about the racial politics in North Africa, so I won't get into that right now. That's something that North Africans should speak on. But this caused a shitstorm of a debate and it's ugly. North Africans are getting dragged from left to right and I don't think it's right because I don't want to sit here and act as if every light-skinned North African is like French Montana. One thing I don't understand is how people are pretending as if every light-skinned North African that's claiming to be black is doing it for convenience. Like you don't understand why they may want to be black or how there are light-skinned North Africans that can't be black because of how they look. Like y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't understand that and how in certain parts of Africa families have been torn apart because of the color of people's skin. So many African men had to sue to be black because they couldn't stay with their families because it would be considered an interracial relationship. And a lot of people have been killed because of that. So some of y'all African Americans need to be mindful of what you guys are talking about because there are some things that you just don't understand. You don't understand why there are light-skinned North Africans that want to be black so bad. Sitting there saying North Africans want to be black so bad. But at least these people want to be black. And there may be some self-haters that want to sit up here and say, I'm only black so I can say a bead. I understand that. But you need to understand not every light-skinned person from North Africa is like French Montana. So I just don't like people wanting to conflate French Montana with North Africans, especially Moroccans. Like the majority of North Africans that came to me and said that they were black and wanted to ask me questions about the African diaspora have been indeed Moroccan. So I just don't feel comfortable with that narrative, but let's focus on French Montana. Nigga, I liked you, nigga. I liked you. You were you were one of those rappers that I just loved because I loved your voice. Like you had some songs that, I rocked to. I liked you. And then you let some girl just get to you to the point where you had to call her a nappy-headed poetic justice cum drinking bitch. You made her look good. And she's a very pretty girl. You could have just ignored it. You could have just said, girl, shut your mouth up. And that would have been okay. But it just showed your true colors, not her. It just showed your character, not her. The same thing with Cardi B. Everyone was sitting here saying, well, Cardi B was in the wrong. But then that girl called her light-skinned and ugly, so she had a right to call her a burnt roach. No, baby. It just showed that Cardi B is in the wrong. And she's worst off because this is a light-skinned, not non-black. What was I thinking? A light-skinned non-African American woman, a light-skinned Afro-Latinx woman, Afro-Dominican woman, sitting up here calling an African American girl burnt roach. And y'all want to sit here and think that's funny, but now French Montana, a man that you all agree is non-black now, oh, he shouldn't have said that. See, there are black men sitting up here saying, oh my God, French Montana's canceled this like, shut the fuck up, because y'all in the wrong too. Because half of y'all be saying the same thing, but then when a non-black man says something, then suddenly you care. And I see that certain people have agendas that I just don't appreciate. Certain people that never really cared for North Africans wanted to erase their blackness. Now they want to come out here and say something like, yeah, and then, let's just blow North Africa off of the map. You know how problematic that is to say such a thing? Like, you talking about colonial Africa, first of all. Like, Africa is still colonized. There are plenty of dark-skinned people and light-skinned people alike who are still oppressed, and y'all want to make jokes like y'all making the same jokes that people made about Florida, about how, oh, because these people voted for Trump, we don't care about them when it comes to natural disasters. Like, there are black people, non-North Africans, sitting here saying let's blow Morocco off the map, as if enough damage isn't done over there. But yeah, y'all want to sit here and just make light of something because, like, I understand y'all angry. I understand, like, plenty of North Africans had a role in anti-blackness. I understand because when it came to people questioning my Africanness, saying I'm not a true African, it was primarily light-skinned North Africans that would say that to me, or certain East Africans that would talk about my hair texture and would always give me the impression that I didn't seem a real African to them. Like, I wasn't one of the good Africans. Like, they would always kind of look at me like I wasn't one of them. Maybe because I'm West African, so maybe that's it. But I never had I never had any real issues in real life with West Africans or Central Africans or even Southern Africans. I mostly had some issues with a few East Africans and a few North Africans that would kind of look at me like I was like just like an off black person or an off African. That's the impression that they gave to me. And like I said, I don't know enough to sit here and say that's how they all are. People with personal experiences or people who are North African or even East African, I can see where they are coming from. But African Americans, you need to stay out of this. Just say that what French Montana did was wrong and just leave it alone. Because I feel like people are just talking about something they don't know anything about. I don't know a lot about it, and I'm trying to stay in my lane, but just from what I am understanding and what I talked, because I discussed this with light-skinned North Africans that do identify as black, you really just shouldn't be saying things that just don't sound right. Let's blow North Africa off the map because they are anti-black. You need to watch what you say, because you're not just talking about the anti-black people, first of all. Like, Black women are still in slavery and in parts of Africa, and y'all want to like just sit there and say like, well, let's kill them all because the majority are anti-black. You can't say that. But it's a mess. It's a real mess because French Montana, I had your back. I liked you, and now I have to cancel you. I blocked you for that, and you don't even see, like, that's the scary part. You don't see what you did wrong. You're just defending yourself, retweeting dark-skinned black girls sitting here saying, oh, because maybe the black-ass bitch did have nappy hair. See, internalized racism, internalized anti-blackness, and internalized colorism is ugly. Damn, you that desperate for some light-skinned dick, you want to sit up here defending some man calling your own sister nappy-headed hoe. It's sad, because no non-black or light-skinned dick is good enough for me to be defending. Okay? But yeah, Twitter is dragging French Montana to filth, and I am here for it. I'm not really here for the hypocrisy, because some people are just doing it for their own agenda. Some people just, want to sit here and talk about all North Africans and, use slurs towards the ethnic group in, what's the ethnic group? I don't want to. I think it's AMAZIGH, and they use the B word, which I just learned was an ethnic slur. But certain people that just aren't a part of that group are now just speaking like they know everything, and I just don't feel comfortable because it's primarily African Americans too. So just be careful, guys. Stay woke and Delete all of French Montana songs out of your iPod, your MP3 player, your little E-clips, hit clips, E-caras. Delete all of that, okay? Because we don't want that man no more. He ain't black. We ain't claiming him.